Hello, fellow-litas. I'm sure we've all heard the saying that we should dress for the job we want and not the job we have. Well, dressing for the job that I have, I get to wear sweatpants and comfy t-shirts because I work from home now for a software company. Hooray for me. I also wear a lot of activewear because of course I do want to be a pro wrestler, so walking around in singlets on a daily basis is kind of dressing for the job that I want. But what if I could tell you that you could wear a suit and still be Lolita AF? Enter the contents of today's package. The indie brand RR Memorandum, straight out of the UK, has released a suit as part of their old school and classic inspired brand line. The line is called Royal Crown Valerie and it came in red and yellow. Would it be considered tartan or plaid? To be honest, I don't know the difference between those things and I probably should have looked it up before starting filming this video. Okay. Anyway, it has two colorways, the yellow and the red. And the red, when I saw it, it just kind of exploded my mind. I got into Lolita and Japanese fashion through anime and manga, and one of my all-time favorite mangaka is the author of Nana and Paradise Kiss, Yazawa Ai. She has such an obsession with Vivienne Westwood, and she is always illustrating her characters in Vivienne Westwood and Lolita and a mashup of the two, and as a result, I've always wanted that Vivienne Westwood red blazer with the heart-shaped lapel, but it's also extremely rare and it doesn't come in my size, so, you know, that's never gonna happen for me. But the suit jacket from this release in the red colorway is exactly that vibe, but with the knob turned all the way up to the Lolita side of the fashion meter. The release for this series included pants, a skirt, a jacket, headwear, and a whole bunch of other accessories. In this box, I have the skirt and the jacket, and I am just praying to all of the Lolita gods, goddesses, spirits, Buddhas, etc. that this is going to fit me, because I would really love to make this an actual wearable suit that I could take on job interviews if I ever were to leave my incredibly cushy, lovely job that I love, and I could wear it as a wrestling manager. What else can I tell you about this set? Well, first of all, I can tell you that it was extremely expensive, like extremely expensive, like the most expensive J-fashion item I've ever bought. Move over, Meta, in your Hidden Princess OP set. We have a new top dog in the closet. The reason I didn't buy even more from this set was honestly that it was just so cost prohibitive. These items are all made and manufactured in the UK, including, I believe, all of the component pieces. This brand is obviously super dedicated to keeping jobs within their own community. The entire set cost me over 500 Great British pounds after shipping. Yeah, I mean, this thing is like, and their size chart was pretty limited, so I am really taking a chance here, but I have never wanted something to work for me so bad as this. Both the jacket and the skirt are in the extra large size. It is the largest size that they carry, and I'm hoping that if they ever come across this video, they will consider opening their size range up a little bit more, or even a lot more if they think they can handle that, because it is so hard to find stuff like this in large sizes, and I just feel so privileged to even be included on this size chart. I've never seen anything like this available in my size before, and that's just why I'm so super invested emotionally in the outcome of this package. The size chart references bust, waist, and hips, as well as length for both of these items, and the jacket also has a shoulder width and sleeve length included. The only size that I had any hope of fitting into was the XL, so my choice was made very easy for me. The bust range is listed from 110 to 122 centimeters. The waist range is listed from 94 to 106 centimeters, and the hips range is listed from 104 to 116 centimeters. The jacket's shoulder width is listed as 14, which doesn't really make sense to me. That might be like from one shoulder to the neck or something, as opposed to the entire shoulder span. So I have to see what that actually plays out to look like. So yes, if you believe in such things as I do, please send me all of your good energy through space and time to me in this moment. Give me all of your good juju. If you pray to a deity, please pray to them for me, because I really want this to fit. Haha! Got a receipt in here. Ooh. Let's take a quick moment to admire the little goodies they sent along. Always love to see a postcard. I've actually got a postcard project that I'm working on right now, and this is definitely going in there. This is the suit that I ordered, but in yellow, illustrated. Very cute. Also, this adorable little paper doll style sticker. So cute. And a business card for the brand. Oh, wow. I mean, are you seeing this? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? This is so incredibly beautiful. Wow. Okay, so I can confirm they sent me the correct size. This is an XL. It does look like the shoulders are gonna fit me. Yes! Now I just gotta hope the biceps will as well. Wow, as a suit jacket, this is legit, let me tell you. Got the jacket up. And here is, the skirt. Oh my goodness, yes. Looking at the skirt, I'm definitely not worried about this waist fitting me. Okay, got this all hung up. Oh my glob, okay? Let me tell you right off the bat that I had really high expectations for this brand given how expensive it was and based on what I knew about their manufacturing processes and stuff. And because my expectations were so high, I was definitely bracing myself on the craftsmanship front for disappointment, but no disappointment here. This is just as good as it gets when it comes to craftsmanship in Lolita fashion. Oh my god. I'm gonna start with the skirt and delay gratification on the jacket just a little bit because I think the skirt is just going to be a lot easier and faster to go through. The jacket has so many details I want to be able to spend some time on, so let's take a look at this skirt. For starters, the top of the skirt is fully elasticized and shirred. This is great for size flexibility. I have a lot of confidence that this will be able to fit me without any issues. The skirt also comes with waist ties, which looking at them, I think are actually a bit short for a plus size release. It has recently become one of my ultimate pet peeves when a plus size release doesn't also size up the waist ties. Metamorphose definitely does this, and a lot of brands that offer custom sizes do this. So I don't necessarily expect a newer brand, especially one with a very limited range of sizes, to do this. But if you're listening, RR Memorandum, please size up your waist ties next time. Because the more this waistline stretches, the less of this belting will actually be able to work with to tie a big ribbon. And based on your stock photos, it's not like it was a particularly long or large ribbon to begin with. But if you've got people coming in at the higher end of your waist range, like at the 106 mark, this is definitely going to be more of an issue for them than somebody at the lower end of that range. So please keep it in mind. The buttons used here to attach these waist ties are so cool. The waist ties have this little bit of lace at the edge just to trim them, and the skirt has 2 functional pockets. Now the cut of this skirt is super cool. It's very much old school inspired in that it's not one of those like giant rectangles gathered into a cupcake shape skirts that we see so much, especially in Sweet Lolita now. This is very much more classic and old school. It's gathered at the top and it's got this kind of A-line cut that comes down. The coolest thing about this skirt that I've noticed is the way that the plaids are integrated into the skirt design. Because this edging part is its own tier of fabric separate from the top part, the plaid pattern falls along a different axis, so this is kind of straight up and down and these come across more diagonal, but by the time you get to the side seams, this is up and down and this starts to go diagonal. But at all of these points, there is symmetry, there is care taken with the pattern matching. Be still my beating heart. It is just so lovely to see. There are 3 different types of lace included here as well. This one is mirrored at the top and bottom. We've got the lace at the edge, which has a kind of subtle cross motif, but so subtle that it doesn't make me uncomfortable to wear as a Jew, so that's great. And the royal crown lace that goes through the center of the skirt is, I suppose, where this release gets its name from. It is so cool. I've never seen anything like it, and it looks so fabulous. Additionally, there are these velvet ribbon bows tacked on at 2 points along the front, and they're present on the back as well. They look a little crumpled, probably from being shipped, but I'm not worried about it. This is the sort of thing that's really easy to get out with a steamer. And this lining is so high quality. It's soft, but it's heavy. It's got a really good weight to it. And this little crinoline layer on top gives just the littlest amount of poof while it's just hanging there. It's exactly the same on the back as it is on the front, which is nice because I don't have to worry about the embarrassment of accidentally walking out of the house with my skirt on backwards. coords, and I've done that before. The only way you can really tell the front from the back is the tag that's attached. Speaking of which, the outer is 95% polyester, 35% viscose, lining is 100% cotton, handmade in England, hand wash in warm water. Thank you for including those instructions. I am definitely going to do that, and I just hope that the red doesn't run. Oh, that would be so tragic. Oh, I'm gonna be so careful. So yeah, that is the skirt. It is so simple, it is so lovely, and I could see coordinating this in a ton of different ways, but we'll get to that a little bit later. First, we must go over this jacket. I love her. Where do I even begin with the jacket? I mean, it is just... You know what? Let's start with the buttons, okay? That's an easy gimme. The buttons on this jacket at the front and here at the pockets are the same style of buttons used on the waist ties of the skirt for perfect cohesion. The lace that hems the pockets, the sleeves here, and this upper level of the lapel on the collar are all the same as the lace that's used on the tips of the waist ties. We also have that same subtle cross lace that goes around the lower part of the lapel, and on top of that we also have more of the crown motif lace through here. Now this section of the lapel is velvety. It's really soft and nice, and I'm one of those people who often hates the feeling of velvet, but this doesn't feel cheap and it doesn't make the hairs on my arm raise or anything. So if you're sensitive to that, I think you'll be okay with this one. I sure am. And this lapel style is just so Vivienne Westwood. Like, I don't want to say that this brand is derivative or whatever, but the inspiration is very clear to me and I really appreciate it. So the jacket buttons in the front, there are 3 buttons total, and unbuttoning the front I can see that the facing on the inner side of this coat jacket thing is also that same velvety material. So that gives it a lot of stiffness, a lot of structure, and I'm hoping that it will mean that this all lays kind of flat against my body, especially through my tummy section. The button on these flaps is functional and the pockets are actual pockets that are vented. They're not patched on the top. The inner lining is the same gray contrasting cotton that is used on the inside of the skirt's lining, and I love a contrast lining with a blazer. It's something that I'm kind of obsessed with. So if I had to roll these sleeves up, the fact that there's this lovely neutral gray that plays off of the loudness of the plaid is just a really nice design decision. Now the shoulders are very wide and they do seem to be slightly padded through the tips here where there's a bunch of gathering and just the slightest little bit of poof, and it does look like there is a lot of room here. I'm thinking I probably won't be able to get away with wearing a blouse that is too thick through the arms. Gotta wear something that's kind of close cut to my body, or else a bunch of stuff will get all bunched up in here and I might not be able to make it fit, but I think it'll fit. I'm like cautiously optimistic that it'll fit. All right, and let's look at the back. As you can see, the lace from the edge of the top of the lapel does wrap around to the back of the collar as well. The vents at the bottom are rounded. They're super cute, and more of this black velvet ribbon is used as lacing in the back, and I am just going to start off by untying this because I'm gonna need as much room as possible, at least at first, and I can always, you know, tie this back up to try and bring the silhouette in if I think it's necessary. But let's give my midsection a fighting chance first, shall we? The laces start at the bottom and lace up to the top. I know some people are really particular about the direction of their laces, but I don't have that strong a preference. I just want to make sure that I'm wearing it as the designer intended. Et voila. This is about as far as it goes, and the cut of this is just really gorgeous. I especially love the way that there's a sort of curved cut to the sleeves as well, and how they've matched that seam up right there. Okay, so I am going to do a quick try on of this. If it does not fit, I will show you my try on footage and show you in what ways it does not fit. But assuming it does fit, we are doing a 3 coordinate video because this deserves to be featured heavily, mix and matched, and just shown off to the fullest extent that I can give it. My plan for 3 coordinates is this. First coordinate, use both pieces in the same cord. Second coordinate, style just the skirt with a blouse and try to go as old school as humanly possible. Third coordinate, pair this jacket with another JSK just to see how it works as outerwear in another context. And at 500 pounds for the whole set, this is not a budget cord cord kind of video. By the way, this was 2 months of Lolita budgeting for me, and I had to sell some things in order to justify buying this. So please don't get me wrong. I'm not like Mrs. Moneybags over here spending money I shouldn't on stuff like this. I did have to make some sacrifices to afford this, which is why I'm so excited to try it on. So yeah, send me those good vibes and good jujus that I asked for, please, 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 and hopefully you will see me in a coordinate in 3, 2, 1. Y'all. Okay, y'all, are you even seeing this? When I was 12 or 13 years old and in middle school and picking up the Fruits magazine from the Kinokuniya bookstore in San Francisco every week and saving up my allowance to look at the fruits, not in my wildest dreams did I think I would ever be able to look like this. But the year is 2022. There is a thriving online global community of Lolitas, and I really feel like I just stepped out of a J Fashion magazine. This may be the coolest I have ever looked. In fact, I think this is objectively the coolest I have ever looked in J Fashion. This suit set blew every single expectation I had out of the water. It fits my proportions so fabulously. It integrates so well with my wardrobe. And despite the unseasonal heat in the Bay Area, I think this is really comfortable as well. So giving a quick breakdown to what I am wearing, the Royal Crown Valerie skirt and blazer are obviously from RR Memorandum. The blouse I'm wearing underneath the jacket is by Unique Vintage. It's the same one I used for my Twinkle Journey cord. This old school style skirt is definitely not full enough for any of my regular petticoats. So to give it just a little bit of body and bring some of the black down below the hem of the skirt, I'm wearing a Hey Newly chiffon underskirt. My socks are some simple off-brand compression socks with lacy sock toppers that I've added to make them Lolita. My shoes are authentic Vivienne Westwood x Melissa collaboration rocking horse shoes. My Ida beret is by Mary Smile, and I've used the sticker sheet that came with this set in the insert. The hat is also decorated by a Pizzicato K rosette, which I have pinned onto the side. And because a lady do be carrying a purse, I've got the convertible ribbon present bag from Cotton Candy Feet. Fellow-litas, this is so cool. I'm pretty much speechless, to be honest. I've been staring at myself in the mirror for a long time, and now I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, and I kind of can't believe how cool I look. There's actually been quite a bit of time that passed between when I first unboxed this suit and tried it on, and now when I'm actually filming the coordinates for this, because the second I put this on, I felt like I had stepped out of Heathers the Musical into a Lolita fantasy land, and I knew that this needed a little more time and thought before I just rushed into putting it on. And I just threw myself fully into this, and I'm so glad that I waited because this set is so deserving of this much love and attention. I really can't tell you what it means to be able to wear something that is so close to your ideal aesthetic. Like, trying this on and having it fit me as well as it did kind of made me want to reevaluate my whole wardrobe. It made me want to re-examine what it fits feels like to me, because the number of times I've felt like this, anything close to like this in this fashion, it's probably still up to 5 times. You know, this is a really special feeling. Just incredible. And at this price point, you know, it's a relief that it feels that good. But if this is what $700 something buys me, maybe 600 something should feel better than it did, you know? I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to run around and take pictures in this, and we are off to a great start. I feel like I've already peaked, but I do still want to come through on the promise to coordinate this more than one way. So I'm going to change into a cord that features only the skirt and leave off the blazer and just cool down a little bit because, whoo boy, it is too hot a spring day to really be wearing this whole thing, but I'm glad I did it anyway. So I think I'm going to try to keep it really old school now that I know the way the skirt fits and how it looks with and without a petticoat. So yes, cutting to that. Ah yes, this coord is much more appropriate for a beautiful sunny day like today. If the last coord was the sort of thing I would wear to a Lolita job interview in order to impress some sort of fashionista billionaire entrepreneur for whom I would probably be doing taxes or something, this is very much what I would actually wear to go out to a concert in Harajuku after hanging out with my friends and eating some delicious strawberry crepes on Takeshitadori. The amount of poof you see in the skirt right now is just from the skirt. It doesn't really need a petticoat to flare out and be cute, and in fact, the less you wear underneath it, the less it tends to bunch up at the waistline. I'm wearing my Violet Fane logo embroidery short sleeve blouse in white. It is one of the workhorses of my wardrobe. It is so versatile for both sweet and classic, and I cannot recommend it enough. I'm also rocking my BB&B Deco strawberry chocolate bagel necklace. My scrunchies and wrist cuffs are both handmade by me. My head bow was purchased through the Lolita Collective, and my earrings were a freebie from Morning Tea when I was shopping their booth at the Bay Area K Holiday Pop-Up Shop. I've got some shorter and much more breathable off-brand socks in red. I got these in a multi-pack off of Amazon ages ago, and while I don't generally recommend Amazon for Lolita items, I do think they have a pretty decent selection of socks if you know where to look. I've swapped my red Vivienne Westwood x Melissa Rocking Horse shoes out for the white ones. They will always be my most old school friendly shoes, even though they are rubber. And because I envision this as a going out kind of outfit, I've got on my Sugar Bones heart-shaped fanny pack and my Baby the Stars Shine Bright Usakumya who wants to be a strawberry pochette. Neither of which would be particularly practical on their own, but with their forces combined, I think I can sneak my contraband into whatever concert I might be going to and still have room for my phone and my wallet. So this is about as old school as I've ever gotten. I would say that it is definitely not within my comfort zone. I'm much more used to coordinating prints, and while the tartan is multicolored and whatnot, it doesn't really have a theme to play off of. So I'm mostly focused on matching the colors and going for a specific vibe, which is old school Harajuku girl on the town with her friends. I think we here in English-speaking countries and whatnot really think of Lolita as this thing with a ton of rules and everything has to be head to toe matching, expensive, from the same brand, etc. But the origins of the fashion are not like that at all. Not a lot of people had petticoats. A more simple and subdued silhouette was way more common than those like crazy bell shapes that we're seeing a lot nowadays. And prints were a lot less common, so people would coordinate based on colors and themes, more like what I'm trying to go for now. And yeah, while I honestly never really saw myself as an old school kind of gal, I never thought that it would be very accessible to me as a plus size and tall person. I totally see the appeal now. I definitely get it. I'm not sure that I would just wear this out as it is. I feel like I'm not entirely happy with the way this coord looks on me, but I can't really put my finger on why. I really wish that I had bought the tie that matches this set, and I might go back on their website and see if it's still in stock actually, because the tie plus this blouse and skirt would have just been like little schoolgirl vibes, so perfect. I kind of feel like this coord is actually screaming out for a pair of like white Keds or red high top Converse sneakers or something. Something to tone it down a bit more and make it even more casual, make it even more accessible. And this is the closest thing I've got to a budget coord for this video. But my shoes were over $100, so like that ain't gonna work for most people. Mostly though, I just wanted to show off how well this blouse works with this skirt. I've never just worn this blouse without a JSK or something on top of it before, and this is why I bought this blouse, and I got it in black and white, but it comes in beige as well, and I just cannot recommend this Violet Fane blouse enough. Also, apologies for my intense bruises. My sleeves keep writing up and I keep trying to cover them, but I have some really intense training bruises this week. Sorry if they show up at all, and let's ignore them. Okay, to round out these looks, I am going to go for a full-on punk Lolita look. I want to look like I stepped out of an Ayazawa manga. I want to look like I would fit in with Nana and Yukari and the Gokinjo Monogatari crew. So without further ado, let's get into that. Well, speaking of not following the rules, I'm breaking quite a few of them in this cord, and I am digging it. When I was trying to figure out what JSK I wanted to pair with this jacket for this cord, I knew I wanted to wear something that could be worn without a blouse. And as I was flipping through my closet looking for a JSK I thought would look good in that way, my eyes landed on this JSK, which is the Story You Don't Know JSK version 2 by Hey Newly, and I thought, yeah, this is the one. This JSK does not fit me like it used to. This is the XL size, and I could probably do with the 2XL at this point, but it still fits well enough when I adjust the straps to not cross in the back. Because I don't have a lot of room to spare, wearing it without a blouse is pretty much the only way I can wear it nowadays. The pentagram on the front is very sexy in this way, so I usually wear some sort of outerwear on top of it so that I can still fall within the Lolita guidelines, but this is a punk Lolita cord. This is counterculture upon counterculture, and so if I want to show y'all my shoulders, I will, and I did. Boom. After I picked the JSK, the rest of the cord just kind of came together. I've paired it with some off-brand biker gloves, my Demonia combat boots, solid red tights by Snag Tights, my handmade red sunflower hairpiece from my live stream crafting video, along with the scrunchie that I was using in the last cord, a starry A-line petticoat from the Lolita Collective, and to round it all off, I've got the giant cotton candy feet heart bag in black. For this cord, I really wanted the jacket to shine. I wanted to experiment with wearing it buttoned in the front or open, and I wanted to try popping the collar for a couple shots. And all I can say is rock on, rock on, rock on. And I just really had a lot of fun with this one, so I hope that at least shows in the footage and the photos of this coordinate that I got. Punk substyle is one of those things that is pretty ill-defined in my opinion. If anything was going to read punk from my wardrobe, I feel like this is it. Overall, I just had a ton of fun coordinating these pieces. You can bet that you're gonna see them in a lot more of my videos in the future, especially this jacket, because it is just so incredible. It makes me feel like $1 million, and it was definitely worth the price. I gotta give it to RR Memorandum. They really know how to tailor for a plus size figure, as long as it's similar to my proportions at least. The elastic waist on the skirt makes the skirt totally plus size flexible. It's a great length, and I'm 6 feet tall, so if it's a great length on me, that means it's only going to be longer and therefore more Lolita conventional on other smaller people. This jacket's got plenty of room for my biceps. A person who is slightly larger than me could probably get away with wearing it. They just have to do the laces on the back side of it a little bit differently than me. I love the way that this really brings my waist in and flares out, and that I can wear it unbuttoned or with the bottom button undone, and it gives it a very different look and feel, very different silhouette. But where does it fall on the biceps scale? Overall, I gotta give the Royal Crown Valerie set 5 out of 5 biceps and a double bicep. Yeah, brother! As far as my favorite coordinate goes, I gotta give it to the first one, but like, it's kind of not fair that the other cords had to compete with the first one, since that was so like exactly how I wanted to wear this thing and exactly why I bought this outfit to begin with. But I don't think there was a serious weak link. The second cord was super comfy, and this third cord is its own thing, and I'm part of it. Please tell me which one you liked the most in the comments section below. If you've ever bought anything from RR Memorandum, please also sound off. I want to know what you got, what else they've made that is worth checking out, and I am definitely going to be looking into their old school releases in the future. My bank account hates me, but the mirror loves me, baby. If you found this video interesting, informative, helpful, or just jealousy inducing, please do give it a thumbs up to help me with the YouTube algorithm. Every single thumbs up I get makes YouTube more likely to show my videos to other people. I'm trying to reach more and more Lolitas, plus size fashionistas, and alt fashion types with this channel, so please do give it a thumbs up and or share this video with anybody who you think would appreciate this kind of aesthetic and the kind of content I'm making. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, I am going to ask you to subscribe, because that's what we YouTubers do. As of posting this video, I think I just hit 1,500 subscribers. That is kind of crazy to me, especially since I haven't posted anything in a couple of weeks, but thank you all so much for joining me here. If you are new here, I especially want to welcome you and thank you for sticking around. If you've been around for a long time, I see you. I know who you are. I'm also very close to 1,000 Instagram followers, so if you could follow me on Instagram at Elvira Wrestling, that would be pretty dope too. I would really appreciate it. Please also check out my accessories shop at Mira Mira Me Deco on Instagram, and check out the Big Cartel link in the description below for a look at the things that I've made and a little tiny teeny bit of YouTuber merch that I'm kind of dipping my toes into the waters of. I've gotten a lot of feedback that y'all kind of want merch from me. I don't know what to do about that, so I just kind of put up some stuff that was wrestling related, but maybe you'll dig it. That's all on Big Cartel now as well, so have at it if you are one of those people that was asking for it. I hope that it's satisfying. And one last thing before I go! It does look like I'm going to be able to do the first Saturday of the month live stream for April that I was planning on doing. It's going to be at 11 a.m. PST. Hopefully you can join me then, and unless anybody gives me an idea for something better to do, I'm probably just going to do some tarot readings for my subscribers. It lets me put on a cord, it doesn't take a lot of effort for setup, and I get to use the cool Hey Neely cards that I unboxed a while back, so we're gonna see how that works. But do follow me on Instagram because of the plan changes. That and the community tab is where I will say so. Okay, I think that's quite enough talking. I'm gonna go iron this stuff out and hang it up all nice in a place of honor within my closet. I have been Elvira, a tall, plus size, and swole Lolita. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video all the way till the end. I really, really appreciate it, and if I can't see you in the next live stream, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Deuces.